Welcome back to episode 2 of 2021 Going Dark Airsoft podcast. We apologize that as of today, January 28th, 2021, the first episode of this year says Season 1, Episode 1.
I don't know why it says that. Honestly, I don't know.
Ray, were you drinking?
No. I don't. I have, like, a Modelo. That's not going to do anything to me.
Yes, but your uncle owns a tequila company.
That means nothing. That doesn't mean I get free tequila.
You make me sad. Ray's just pissed off right now. If only we had cameras looking at him. That face. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing, sharing us. Today's show is going to be a fun one. We have Cody from Wildcat Airsoft on. He's joining us by phone. He might have the Rona, he might not. So he's on the phone today.
I sure hope not.
Yeah, same. But we have him on. We're going to talk about his new project of Wildcat Airsoft YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we're helping him out a little bit, and he's helping us out a little bit.
You might say we're sponsoring him.
And we have no sponsors.
We have one, technically.
Oh, yeah. Sky RC. Go buy your Airsoft and RC stuff. Go talk to Cody. Not this Cody, different Cody. Cody May.
Yeah, the one here is Wildcat Cody. Or
Yeah.
just Wildcat.
Yeah, but go
We're both awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know like
But
3 different Codys.
There's too many.
There's almost too many Johns, too. But
Cody
that's a
Cat.
personal thing.
This is Cody Cat.
Cody Cat. And we also have one
That
more
works.
guest. A fairly new person to the world of Airsoft. And when I say new, I mean he doesn't even have a gun. He has some gear. His name is... What's his name?
Hey, I'm Trayson, and I just bought a vest. That's as far as I've got.
Yep. That's him.
I mean, we all got to start somewhere. I bought my first vest. It was like an NC Star, almost like a fishing vest off of from a kid at school. Doty, he was going to join us for the DM117 show. I bought it off him in the school parking lot for like $10.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, tonight we're going to talk about the Wildcat YouTube channel. We're going to review Ivory Wars 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2? Was
Yeah,
it 2?
2.
Yeah, Ivory Wars 2. How that all went down.
No, it's just Ivory Wars. Oh, we're dumb today.
Well, there was one already before
Ivory
it.
Wars Corruption, I believe.
Yeah, there we go. Ivory Wars
Corruption.
Corruption. Thank you, Cody. Yeah, so
You
we're
got
going to
it.
talk about that, and then we have...
We're going to be answering some noob questions.
Yes.
You know,
so
some-
then you guys who have commonly asked questions will probably get them answered. Or at least we hope. But anyways, hot take of the night. So you guys have been with me every time I've tried to use my Thunder Bee since I bought it. And it hasn't gone off at all, except for when Jaden tried to pick it up.
Yeah, that was the first time it's ever worked.
But I have a theory of why it hasn't been working.
Because you suck at pulling pins?
No, because it's APS. And all I do is talk shit on APS. And so I buy an APS product that's renowned for being a decent thing, and then it shits all over me. So I think I've either been sabotaged or a piece of shit, Hokage, whatever, Thunder Beasts, don't work because I've been talking smack, and they just don't work because they're APS and they're a piece of shit.
So you're thinking that APS is the universe and they know you've been talking shit?
Hey, they might. They might. Or Cody may have thought that it'd be funny if I just put the shittiest ones out there, and when Cole buys it, he'll just get stuck with the dud that doesn't work.
I hope that there's like this whole overarching plot that's like that. Just with APS and everybody who sells APS to you, they're like, you know what, this kid, fuck him. He keeps on buying our product. He's being fucking dumb.
Well, you'd think I would have learned my lesson after getting the AK, which shot about maybe one mag in the entire 6 years I've had it, and then the pistol, which worked for about one
Okay.
mag.
No, it's like a game.
Yeah, okay, one game. And then it broke, and then Jaden had basically the same one with a different body, and it also broke. And then I buy the Thunder Beast, expecting them to work and expecting to scare the pants off of somebody.
Doesn't work.
It don't work.
Womp,
Don't work. Have you guys ever had any issues with the Thunder Beast?
I never owned one, but I've thrown one
Dude.
and it didn't work. It worked fine.
I bought the Thunder Bee tripwire grenade, and I thought, it comes with a tripwire, but it doesn't have the what is it? The spoon, the part that flies off when you throw it.
Mm-hmm.
So it essentially only has the pin. So as soon as you pull that pin, the striker goes and hits it. And I think for the tripwire one, they somehow made it go quicker, because for a tripwire, you'd want it to happen pretty immediately once it's pulled.
Yeah.
And so when you use that for a grenade, what usually ends up happening is I throw it, and about a second after it leaves my hand, it explodes midair.
It's pretty sick.
So the only practical use for it was to maybe clear directly around a corner,
Or you can run by and drop it.
Yeah, I thought maybe I could do something complex, rig up the string so that when I throw it, the string goes out as well, and when it's out far enough, I pull it.
Oh,
But I don't know how reliable that would be. If I just end up pulling it back and hitting my face or something.
That'd be pretty good.
Did you guys ever see
Yeah.
the Airsoft Claymores that they had? That had a little spring and a net that would launch them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Navrich used that.
Huntard had
Yeah.
one, and I never saw him use it, but it was the weirdest thing because it had a net, and it almost looked like a folded cot. And then when you would trip it or he would press the button, it would open and launch a shower of BBs.
That's weird.
kinda
Very
want
strange.
one.
Very strange.
I kind of want one, and I'm going to put it on front of a razor when we go out next time. And when I get close enough, I'm going to press a button, and I'm going to troll people like I do on Battlefield, because I am that kind of person.
Yeah, I can see the headlines. Kid in airsoft battle runs over fellow airsofter attempting Call of Duty move.
It's a Battlefield move. Get it right.
Battlefield, sorry.
Attempting
yeah.
to troll them noobs.
Jeez.
Oh, man. Well,
You could jump out too and just let the vehicle careen towards them unmanned.
You could. You could.
what's he doing? Oh, no, he just jumped out. Oh, no, the razor's still coming. Run! Run!
So,
Whack. Well, you guys, anybody bought any new guns recently?
no, I'm poor.
Cody?
I got the KWA KMP9 kind of over the Christmas break, late December. Picked it up from a local airsoft field when I was back in Colorado.
Nice.
And how's that gun
Yeah,
been treating you? It sounds like it's been doing good.
Dude, I've been loving it. It's a gas blowback SMG, and it's got semi and full auto. It's got a good hard kick. I gotta see if I can get a CO2 mag for it, because I think that would make it kick even harder. But green gas is still pretty good. The only downside is that the green gas mags cost $55 a piece.
Disgusting.
Well, it's a KWA,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're hard to find, of course.
and they only work with KWA mags.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got a price, man. Those
Well, here's the thing. KWA is basically APS in the fact that they make you buy their proprietary shit. But the difference is KWA is quality,
Yeah.
and it's going to actually work.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
why
it's-
all the
Yeah.
speed softers use KWA guns.
Well, they sponsor another Airsoft podcast. That's literally called another Airsoft podcast. Well, another series. ASAP, guys, I'm a big fan. Come on the show.
Yeah.
Well, I got some new guns.
Oh, did
Hey.
Yeah, I did.
What
so
did you get?
I managed. I had a roommate up when I was living in Provo who's getting out of the sport, or who had been out, and he sold me all of his guns for $100. So I got an Ares Amoeba M4, which is still in California. I have yet to get it from him. I also got a Walther PPQ with extended mags, which is actually pretty
Nice.
sweet. And
That's
the
the James
Crown
Bond
Jewel-
gun.
Yeah, it
isn't
is. Well,
Yeah.
I think that one's a PPK, or just a
Walter-
PP.
You said PPK
Jamie, can you pull it up?
or
PPQ.
PPQ?
The PPQ is what I have, but I think the PPK is the Bond gun.
And what's the next one? I know that's the one that you're most excited for.
The PPQ, he used that in the like early 2000s, I want to say, like
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, that's my favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
Sean Connery.
The PPK is
Daniel
the
Craig.
little classic
Daniel Craig's probably
tiny one.
pretty good.
Yeah,
He's probably the best one, honestly.
it really is.
I
There's
had a
whole
little tiny like Springer version of that back in the day that shot like 100
nice.
FPS with .12s. It was
Nice.
awesome.
Same. I got the Colt one that you would buy in like the tub of BBs.
Oh, yeah, but...
I think
your
mine
last
came in
one,
like a
but-
package deal with like another pistol
Oh,
or something.
nice.
Yeah.
The last gun I got, completely, I got a steal on this thing. I got a KWA Chris Vector. It is amazing. It needs a little bit more love than what it has right now. I lubed it up and that's about all it has, and so it's still feeding a little weird. But it's freaking sick. You guys saw it when I took it out the other weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
But we need to see
It
it,
feels
work.
yeah.
Well, you see, I think
It
as
feels
cool,
solid at least.
Yeah, that's true.
as cool as it is, where we play and what we do, I'm not really in a position to be able to use a lot of gas guns because they're really susceptible to the elements. So as soon as I figure out the return spring issue and all that stuff, I think I might sell it because I can get money off of that and then fix my M14, and I can get an XM8, and I can what else I need to do? Fix the AK. Finish the shit gun project that Ray and I are working on. So if anybody wants a KWA Vector, hit us up in the DMs. And we'll make a deal.
Yep, Cole will give you a price.
I'll give you a price.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be $100. I'm sorry.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, probably not.
No. But the first person to offer me 500 will get it. Guarantee ya.
Oh, damn. That was a good deal.
500 cash.
Ooh. Well,
Cash money.
all
But
right.
anyways, Cody, welcome to the show again. We had you in studio last year with a whole bunch of other guys, and we had a really fun time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No
So we
homo.
wanted you on because we total homo. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're cool with that.
Yeah. Anyways, so you got started. Ray, no ASMR right now.
Sorry.
This isn't Cherry Crush. Come on. I just broke Ray. So you started on your project, Wildcat Airsoft on YouTube. So you want to give us the rundown of that?
Yeah, I just we've been playing here for a while now. I think it's been about a year. I've been getting like notifications on like Facebook of like the first Ivory Wars and everything, and I just always wanted to kind of get the footage from that because I feel like we play in like such cool areas and we have such unique AOs down here that we just got to get this out and like share it more because it's really cool. It's a
Yeah,
lot
like
different than, like,
Cocapelli and the farm.
Yeah.
The farm's honestly my favorite AO that we have.
I'm so
excited to go
to the farm next month.
Is there gonna be a game next month at the farm?
I think it's like February
Yeah.
25th.
Hell yeah!
I'm
Such a
so
good AO.
excited.
dude. It's cool because it's like a switch up from our like kind of just like natural areas to like a more CQB environment.
Yeah, it's a little bit more airsoft field like. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they built it to play airsoft up there. I mean, the
Yeah.
only issue I have with the farm is it is in BFE.
Yeah.
Yep.
Literally, Ray and I, when we went up the first time to the farm, we took this weird route, like
Some
halfway
Jeepers
from
Creepers shit right there, dude.
It was
It
weird.
was
Like,
terrifying.
have you ever seen the show Lost Tapes,
I have not.
or like any found footage films? like Blair Witch Project or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that was gonna happen to us. Like somebody's just gonna find our phone and somehow we had like these weird like haunted things that something like attacked this CRV. Which,
It was terrifying, dude. It's such a weird place to be.
or at least that way. Like when we were coming back through Enterprise, it felt a little bit better. But that stretch between I-15 and Enterprise or Newcastle is just an
Dude,
eerie
when I
feeling.
when I told a coworker where we were going for that the first time, he's like, "Oh, that's up by Barrel Junction. Like people go missing out there in Barrel Junction."
Motherfucker, what?
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's like nothing but like miles and miles of farmland. Like
That's about it.
plenty of space to hide a body, dude.
Dude, what the? That's the last thing I want to fucking hear right now.
Yeah, no, he told me that, and I was like, maybe I will be bringing some real steel with as well. So.
Yeah. Well, you remember last time when we were out there and the coyotes started
Yeah.
calling. That was
That was
scary.
Cool.
Yeah, no.
It was kind of cool though.
It was, but no, dude, no. When
I
you
was
live-
about.
Everybody living in Utah, whether you're white or whatever you are, those Native American legends get to you, man.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude.
Oof.
Of the what's the one?
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers,
Yeah,
they're all creepy
Wendigo,
out here.
dude. Those terrify me.
The last thing you want to be is in the middle of the desert on an open road.
Or El Chupacabra.
Dude, no, like the place that
Don't
scared
scare
me
me
the
that
most though was Rust. At night,
Rust?
like when you're out in that
Where is
field.
Rust? That's
I've never been there.
Yeah, I don't think we
Remember, it's the one that was kind of on like the native reserve.
I know the area up by like the old highway.
Yeah, it's like an
Oh.
old gypsum mine,
I
and
know.
like
Oh, I know
one
what
of
you're
the
talking
areas
about.
like
Hell
burned
no, dude.
down. Did
Yeah,
you guys
it's-
never play there?
I've never played there, but
I've been
I know
out there
the
before.
area.
Like I've taken the scenic byway from there down to like Bloomington Caves and then
Yeah.
back to Bloomington. That place is a little creepy.
Well, dude, so it's on Native American land, like a Native American reserve, and the guys came down and actually like talked to us one time because we can't play there anymore because the paintballers, thanks a lot, paintballers, came in there and were like moving these big bags of like dirt around with ATVs, and it turns out these giant bags of dirt in this big like abandoned warehouse are actually worth like a ton of money, and it's like really good like filled dirt, and the Native Americans that like own that land are trying to sell it, and like
The
that can
paintballers came and
possibly
fucked it up.
compromise the sale of it. So we're respecting their wishes and staying away, but you know, it was all fine before that happened, unfortunately.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it was a really cool place.
Yeah. Well, at least we still have Grapevine. That's a little less sketchy at night.
Yeah, Grapevine's
Yeah.
is a good little spot.
I mean, it's nice to play at, except for when you have tourists on mountain bikes riding through every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that weekend was just a bad weekend.
And this is coming from a guy who rides mountain bikes a lot.
Yeah, but you go on like far off trails.
No, I don't. There's trails on the other side of I-15 from where we are, but the issue is they're going through, not an actual trail. That's not a trail where they're going. The trail starts on the other side of I-15 from that Maverick,
Yeah,
and then across the street from the Walmart distribution center.
yeah, I'm familiar with the area.
Yeah, so I don't know why they were even there. They shouldn't have been there in the beginning.
Oh.
But anyways, back to it. So what are your plans with the Wildcat YouTube channel? I know we're trying to work with you a little bit, maybe provide you with some gear eventually and stuff.
Yeah.
But what are
Maybe
you, what are
we
your plans with it?
working on that for sure.
Yeah. Dude, I just want to like kind of just grow it as much as we can and just kind of help our group expand. I think it'd be cool to just get more footage out there. You know, Brandon's been trying really hard, but he unfortunately doesn't have access to like an editing computer yet, which is a real shame because he's got so much great footage just
yeah,
waiting to
wait,
go.
he doesn't have an editing.
That's what I
editing
heard.
computer?
Like, we gotta hook him up with a computer if we can or something, you know?
Dude, Brandon can pay me. I'll fix it for him.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I don't know. he's probably got something in store. He's getting a website up as well for us. So
Because the idea is that, like, we're all trying to get this community bigger so the rest of the world can really see,
yeah,
like, what's happening here, you know? Like,
I'd
because
love to get,
we have some
like-
of the best airsoft in the United States, and people just don't know about it.
yeah. I'd like to get some notoriety, so maybe we'd have some, like, I don't know, dare I say it, bigger names come out to join us. Like,
Well, speaking
we
of
got-
bigger names,
we got the numbers, dude.
yeah. Well, speaking of bigger names, I actually found something out the other day because I listened to another serious airsoft podcast, the ASAP guys. Have you guys heard of T-Rex Arms?
Yeah.
So they're actually a local company.
T-Rex Arms? Really?
Yeah, they're based over in Washington,
Oh.
and the guy who either runs it or one of the big guys there actually uses and is trying to promote airsoft as an alternative to shooting right now because nobody has ammo. And so he was
Yeah.
at the most recent big Milsim game. I can't remember what it is, I think it's Operation Iron Horse. He was at that, so maybe we can get him to come out to some of our games.
That'd be
Talking
sick.
about this afterwards.
Yeah.
Having a nice, serious discussion about this because I love their shit. I didn't know they were based out here.
Yeah, last time I checked, they're based here.
Shoot, man. That's
Yeah.
all you had to say.
Yeah. But back to you, Cody. So you just are trying to build the local community, and hopefully, well, so far your stuff hasn't been very cringe. It hasn't been cancer like some other YouTubers. I mean, I like Novrich, but I feel like a lot of his stuff is forced.
I mean, he's doing it for the views now. Novrich is mostly working on his big projects, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, branding. It's all about branding and selling his guns right now, which are
It'll-
fantastic guns. I got
Yeah.
the SSX 23,
I
and
don't,
it
I don't
is.
think anybody is complaining that he's doing this thing now.
No.
His focus is just shifting. I think that's fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so far your stuff is pretty good. Where can people find your YouTube channel?
Just on YouTube at the Wildcat Airsoft.
And of course, we're
And-
gonna link this in our description as well.
I have like an Instagram and I have a Facebook page set up.
We'll link everything, even his MySpace.
Yeah.
You have a MySpace, right, Cody?
I did back in the day. It's probably got some awesome like emo pics.
Hell yeah, we'll find it.
You're
dude.
one of those guys.
Yeah,
Cody.
kinda.
Cody, I knew we had something in common.
Rower
Emo's
XD.
not dead.
It's not. Bring the hair back.
I'm
Dude,
not
I-
okay.
I love those videos.
A little bit of My Chemical Romance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my Kent's great.
Ugh, jeez.
I miss those days.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
my,
same,
my
honestly.
favorite emo band is Sausen.
Oh yes.
I
Alright.
love Cove. I love Cove. Cove is my favorite. He actually moved back to St. George, or moved to St. George recently.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, we
His
have
new
a
band,
lot-
Dead American's pretty good too.
We have a lot of famous people here. It's weird.
Yeah. Anyways, so Ivory Wars. Ray,
Yeah.
lead us on Ivory Wars. What do you want to talk about with
What
Ivory
do I
Wars?
want to talk about Ivory Wars? First off, it was great, and it was at one of the locations that we had mentioned before. It's called Cocopelli, and essentially the area is like an abandoned golf course.
Yeah, it's an abandoned golf course. I think that got shut down in like 2008 or probably even earlier.
It was probably earlier because of all the shrubbery and everything that's around it.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think it was probably a casualty of the market crash.
Yeah,
Because Southern Utah before 2008 was growing like crazy.
yeah, it's just starting to do it again, which is
It's
good.
nuts. Believe me, I'm working in it. It's terrible.
Yeah, but so it's this abandoned golf course that had some structures in it that
Like
their
a
base,
clubhouse.
Yeah, their base is still there, but it was never completed. So it's a really cool spot that we have here. What are you doing?
Scratching my face.
Not with the microphone.
It's muted.
Oh, you're terrible. Either
No,
way,
it wasn't. I was wondering what that noise was.
yeah, it's him scratching his face. Stop it.
Pff,
We're supposed to be
sounds like you're
professional.
grating cheese.
Professional and
Face
airsoft
cheese.
are two words that don't go together.
You're right. I don't know how we're gonna get T-Rex Arms to sponsor us.
Insert Godzilla noise here.
So
One of my my biggest issue with Ivory Wars.
yeah, we'll talk about our issues and then we'll talk about the better parts in order to like.
Just to get this off my chest.
Yeah.
It was underwhelming, especially after last year's Border Wars. I don't know. What, did it feel underwhelming to you, Cody? Because I know that's where I met you the first time, was at Border Wars. But it felt like it didn't have that same energy, the same, like not even half the amount of people that showed up for Border Wars showed up for Ivory Wars. I know that there was another op going on up north the same weekend that had a bigger turnout, but it didn't feel the same. What do you think?
Well, I think the first half, the day portion, was really good. I think that was kind of where, I don't know, we had some really good engagements, and
Yeah, we did.
I actually have 2 YouTube videos up already from the footage I took there. And like when the sun was out, people were doing things, but then we took that dinner break, and it got like real when the sun went down. And I think a lot of people kind of pieced out after that because
Ray and I did. I was just in a tracksuit. That was literally all I was wearing, was an Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah, the wind was bad and it was freezing.
It got cold.
yeah,
I just chickened out.
I had to hook up Shadow Lord with a Carhartt hoodie because he didn't have enough layers.
Yeah, I know. Shadow Lord was freezing. I saw him shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the idea of being able to buy stuff with the? I mean, there's probably a question for Brandon, but whatever happened to the being able to buy and sell stuff with the Ivory and the gambling hall and all that stuff that was supposed to happen?
That
didn't.
totally fell apart, unfortunately. We just didn't have enough admin, sadly.
Yeah, I heard that there was, like, I guess there was supposed to be a guy that was supposed to come and do that. Cole, you're breathing into your mic.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
How's it sound?
R.I.P. headphone users.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Press F to pay respects. F.
But yeah, I was told that the guy who had the stuff like never came or whatever. I don't know what happened with it. It was a little disappointing. I did enjoy the airsoft. Let us get this straight. The actual gameplay was really fun. Driving around, like, what is it? We had technicals on the field.
Oh yeah.
And we were like driving around doing like drive-bys and
Ranger danger. I was in the back of the truck facing the enemy, and I couldn't lay down in the back of the truck, and I just got lit up.
Yep.
Because I couldn't move. It was terrible. Because, well, are we done with the complaints? Do we have any more gripes or anything about Ivory Wars before?
Other than I think if we had more admin help and there's, I guess, more people dedicated to being an admin and like working the shop and working the gambling, that, it would have been what we expected.
Okay, so actually I was thinking about it, and one of the biggest issues was Brandon. I was rolling with Brandon on Havoc Squad.
Right.
And we decided to bury a box and make that our Ivory vault.
Yeah, it was
so
cold.
we had this box, and dude, it was to the brim with Ivory, and we just did not think that through. We didn't cover our our tracks, and we didn't really like rough up around enough to kind of like hide where it was, and it got stolen twice. So Brandon was kind of out running around with our group trying to secure our Ivory because we were going in trying to his attention away.
Sorry, we were having some weird technical difficulties. My computer just like froze and then just came back up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So luckily that could have been a lot. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah. So how about you just go ahead and repeat that? So we were hearing about that you had left in a box and it got stolen twice. After that, couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, that's just more or less what happened, and we were trying to kind of, just be competitive and win the game, and just try and get a lot of ivory. So that ended up consuming a lot of Brandon's time. He was out running around with us trying to re-secure our enormous stash.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't able to come back really and ensure that the ivory was being destroyed and whatnot.
So my only true complaint about Ivory Wars is that if we had more admin help, it would have been better. And I know that's what Brandon's trying to do. He's actually trying to get more people involved in the creation process of events and this whole thing. And it's probably for the best because he's just one guy and he has to manage like 200 plus people on a regular.
Yeah, let's just hope. Ray, you remember what we talked about last time with Jaden before the show, when we were pre-gaming last episode. But let's hope that certain things change that help all of us be able to be involved. I'll just leave it at that. But anyways, back to Ivory Wars. Yeah, my only complaint was it's really the same thing as Ray, and that the vibe and the energy wasn't really there. I mean, yeah, I showed up like 30 minutes late, but it still didn't have that same woo, because I don't feel like anybody really knew what was going on. Or at least in our group, nobody knew what was going on.
At least I didn't.
Yeah, well, Ray, do we want to get started on our little adventure, on our part of Ivory Wars?
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. You can go ahead and start that one.
So I got late, and then...
We got laid? Nice.
Nice,
No.
man.
I didn't get laid. I arrived late.
Yeah, he arrived late.
Yeah, I play
Corey just
Airsoft. Do you think I get laid? Absolutely not.
I mean, okay, we're gonna skip this question.
Anyways, you arrived late.
Yeah, so I arrived late, and then Ray met up with me. And I'm like, what's going on? And
By the way, just real quick recap. Before this, I was scavenging for stuff to trade ivory for. Just random stuff. I found a really cool flashlight.
But nobody ended up doing that because there was no trading post.
Yeah.
But anyways, we find the guys that are in our group, and we hop at the back of our truck, on the back of the truck, and we end up driving. And then all of a sudden, Havoc Squad pops up and ambushes us because we had no idea what was going on because we didn't have a formal leadership. We had, what was his name? Ranger Man. I can't think of his name right now.
Romero.
No, not Romero. The other guy.
I mean, he's one of them.
Cruz.
Go lay down.
Oh, Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
So we had Joe, we had Romero, and then those were like really the only two people who were.
But nobody had an idea what we were
Oh,
doing.
yeah. I remember this one.
And we just got massacred. And you guys come up, both of you, in your Ranger and your Jeep, and you just start mowing us down. And I see...
Yeah, dude, Brandon had the 240 mounted on the Ranger, so you're getting pelted with that.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah, remember that one.
I'm right next
I
to
got
Joe's
the footage,
Ranger.
and they were going hard on that.
I took out at least one guy on the gun. And then I saw you guys flanking from the north, so I just started booking it. And I, like, jumped an 8-foot ravine, and I just took off. And then everybody else got wiped out. I'm, like, calling Ray on the radio. I'm like, Ray, you in? He's like, I'm dead. And so after you guys took off, I came back and I revived everyone.
Yeah, so before... A little
I got,
bit
like,
before
5
this
revive
happened.
medals.
Yeah, before this happened, before the firefight, we saw Havoc rolling up on us, right? And we had our one guy that had all the ivory. He had just a duffel bag of it, and we're just like, you gotta run. So he books
That's why
it.
you didn't have any.
Yeah, we didn't have any ivory when you guys came here, when you guys got there, because we already had sent it out. And he was wandering alone. So I turned to Cole. I'm like, Cole, you gotta go find him. And then
I never ended up finding him until
Wait,
later.
was this Shadow Lord that you
yeah,
saw?
It was.
Shadow.
Oh,
He literally
dude,
had everything.
Dude, he told me how he duped you.
Oh,
he
just
did
wait.
dupe-
Just wait.
yeah.
We'll get,
We'll
I'll get to
around
that.
there.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but he took off, and we spent the rest of the time trying to find him.
Yeah,
but
we were
didn't know
rolling
what
up.
we were doing because we had nobody in charge telling us what to do. Like, at least you guys had Brandon, like, okay, we're going to go ambush these guys, and we're going to work as a squad. No, this was like Charlie Foxtrot. The entire time. This was CF squad. Like, nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody wanted to listen to anybody.
Yeah, it was a real mess.
It was like herding cats.
It was really fun. I will say that because there was no real form of leadership. I just felt like, man, I could just shoot someone here and I don't even know what's going to happen.
The issue was with the no form of leadership, nobody had an idea what they were doing, and we would just get massacred whenever anybody showed up.
Yeah.
And then we ended up like moving towards the south of the map, and then we got ambushed by both Havoc and the third party.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when me and Shadow Lord went with I can't think of his name right now. My Hawaiian friend. I can't think of his name at the moment.
At this point, I had
Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas.
At this point, I had tried to respawn, and I was getting a little tired, so I just went to my car for a second.
Yeah. So Thomas.
Did you know, by the way, about Tom's?
Guy's got a YouTube channel.
Well, I mean, in the game, in Ivory Wars.
No,
He's got a
what?
great YouTube channel, by the way. It's funny. You should go check it out. Do it.
Thomas is that one straggler that we found, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know that he was part of Havoc Squad the whole time?
Yeah.
He
We did.
was?
We did politicking with him.
Okay.
He was part of Havoc?
You didn't know that?
What a...
Ray apparently
I
didn't
didn't know that. I wasn't running with him all that often. I wasn't with you when you were politicking.
Yeah, he was with us, and so we ended up going east on like the Jeep road, and then we got ambushed again, and then we got revived by the third party, and then Thomas took off, and it's just me and Shadow Lord. And
The
we're like,
third party didn't take your ivory, did they? They forgot.
well, the one of the third parties that took our ivory, they couldn't take it all because, as we said earlier, Shadow Lord had all of the ivory.
Mm-hmm.
And when this third party that killed us went to go grab the ivory, they could only carry like a handful. And so when the next group came and revived us, they just let us keep the ivory because we still had a whole bunch left. And then me and Shadow Lord were like, screw it, we're going to be our own squad. And so we became our own squad, our own fourth, fifth party, whatever, because we could do that in this game. And we took off and we followed the riverbed all the way down the golf course to like one of the rolling hills, and we were laying on the ground when you guys, Havoc Squad, drove right past us, turned around, and were shooting at another group of people on the other side of the hill on the golf course. We were in like the thickets for like 15 minutes while you guys were engaged in combat. And
Yeah, we rolled up the two vehicles side by side, right? And there was like a big firefight.
Yeah, exactly. And we were just laying
And you were
down.
just like off in the background during that.
No, we were like probably maybe 200 feet from you guys, just laying down in the brush. And
Those
then-
thick like reeds, kind of by the pond, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where we were.
Yeah.
And then we waited for you guys to pass, and it was like the all gillied up mission in Modern Warfare 1, where you're laying on the ground and the APC like drives over you.
Fun fact. Did you know that was a secret project created by one of the game developers without anybody knowing, and he created it all by himself? And when they
No, I
found
didn't.
it, they loved it so much and put it in the game.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Holy
Fun
cow.
fact. Anyway.
That's sick. But yeah, we were laying there, and then when you guys finally passed, and I radioed Ray, I'm like, where are they at? And he's like, oh, they're gone now. We got up, and we ran almost all the way to where apparently we thought we could trade in the ivory. And we had the third party that killed us the first time and took our ivory. We were like, I was like, we're going to politic our way through this. And I walk up, and I'm like, okay. I had my AK up, I had the mag out, I was waving, I'm like, I'm in, but is the place open? Can we deposit ivory? And the guys are like, oh yeah, the vault's right over there. And so me and Shadow Lord go, and since they were nice, we gave them a stick of ivory because they didn't shoot us. And then when we gave them the ivory, they're like, okay, we won't shoot you now. we'll let you have safe passage. So we go, and another guy comes up from another squad, and I don't even know what squad it was. It was like another like rogue unit, and he comes in and he's like doing the same thing as us, and then his squad starts shooting at us and the other guys that are with us, and then I get shot from the guys who said that they wouldn't shoot me because they thought I had betrayed them.
Rough.
And I got shot in the mouth, and luckily I got revived by somebody, and then I deposited it, and when we deposited it, we had at least 4 sticks of 1 million.
Yeah, we had like 4 million or a little less than that.
Oh, a little bit more than that. It was probably 5 million.
Jeez.
It was gnarly, and that was just me and Shadow Lord. We were our own team, and I think we won the day.
Definitely won the day because Havoc ended up with nothing. Haha.
Yeah, bottom of the table, bruh.
So how did it go for Havoc and you guys?
Dude, we just got our stash stolen like twice, and the first time we got it all back, and we stupidly went again and buried it, and it got stolen again, and we never recovered it. So
What was your
we
best
just-
engagement?
yeah, dude, basically all we had was what we found after that. Like, I think we had some in the back of my Jeep, and we made a raid on the vault, actually. That was pretty cool. I got that in my video as well. But we stole a bunch, and that was what initially kind of like fueled our first huge box of ivory that we ultimately lost. It was heartbreaking.
I bet.
I wanted that golden tusk.
Who ended up getting the golden tusk?
There was
The
a golden
same-
tusk.
Same guy that won the friggin' gun, dude. They had a hell of a night.
Damn.
I really wanted that HK,
Wow.
damn it.
Me too.
I bought
it's
100
sick.
tickets.
I'm sorry, man.
But dude, I got some really sweet like accessories just from the side
Raffle.
raffle.
Not even bad.
And that was a nice aspect. We didn't have that with Border Wars, but I did like how Ivory Wars had
Like
a raffle
system. Yeah.
a little bit of an incentive.
I looked it up afterwards, and I actually did completely recover the cost of my raffle tickets through the items that I took home.
You know what?
And
not even bad.
in addition to that, I actually just handed out like 2 or 3 to some people, you know, because it's fun when everyone wins.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was pretty fun. How was the night up since we didn't stay for that?
Dude, it was cold.
It was cold.
It was really cold, and a lot of people had taken off by then, and the people that were left were kind of just holed up in the hills
Yeah.
with like their stashes of ivory, and we
Cool.
were just trying to search out people that just didn't want to be found.
I think my initial conclusion on Ivory Wars is it is a really good idea and it's going to happen again. But next time it happens, while Brandon's setting up, there needs to be more people that are like willing to help him and not willing to play, right? They're just willing to be there.
That's the tough part, dude, because these events are so fun and unique. You
It's-
really want to be a part of them.
It's true, and I mean, like, I'm more than willing to do that. If I'm involved, it doesn't matter if I'm playing. As long as I'm having fun with what I'm doing, I think it'd be great. Like, I had this whole idea for a shop. It was a little bit of an inconvenience for me only because, you know, the night before was rough, so I couldn't get any of the stuff. But I wanted to run a shop, and I was basically just gonna play an NPC that may or may not have been part of a militia. But I wasn't my primary role wasn't going to be a play. It was going to be to trade and sell things, and I was going to have a fun time with that.
Yeah.
And
It
I
would
think
be
if
cool
there's
if
more,
you could.
yeah, I think if there's
Sorry.
going to be more people that were like me, like in mentality, when it comes to that, I think we could have done something awesome.
It'd be cool if you could like incorporate some shooting into the more or less NPC roles, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's it, because I think if people see being a shop owner and like being a courier and stuff like that as less of a, oh, I'm an NPC, and more of a, no, I'm an active part of this world and I can do whatever I want. I just have a different role. I
Yeah.
think people will enjoy that.
I have two solutions to this problem. Well, they work hand in hand. So the first one is to set up the NPC/admin roles into blocks, because these go on for multiple hours. So
Ooh,
maybe
good
you have
idea.
like a 2-hour block, or like a 2-hour mandatory
like
block.
shifts.
Yeah, like shifts basically, admin shifts, and then
So
maybe
so the
some-
admins can go play and
yeah, you can. So you're not stuck doing it all the time.
Mhm.
And then my other idea is some way to incentivize it. So either extra raffle tickets, or I don't know, $10 or something,
$10. Yeah, fair.
and just incentivize it. So that I'm fine spending my Saturday walking around, make sure these guys are playing fairly and stuff, but I get a
Yeah.
little bit of compensation for my time.
Yeah.
I would say the other big thing for me would also be that you have to bring your final ivory total to a destination. I don't think you should just be able to camp out until time expires and then bring your stuff in. I think it needs to be cashed in somehow. And that would cause like an epic end game engagement. More or
It'd
less.
be like a plunder match essentially,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
where everybody in the last little bit is struggling to keep whatever they have left, and try to cash it in essentially. It should
And
be
if
a
you go
mission
in
to
and-
try to cash in your money.
Yeah, if you go in and cash it in throughout the day, then that works as well too. You're just being, a little bit more safe, more or less.
Yeah, plus it makes it
Just
easier to
different
distribute it. Like once it's been cashed, all right, we redistribute it, and
Mhm.
we'll just say they keep whatever anybody's able to cash into like a bank, they just keep, right? So
Keep
essentially,
that
it's,
total. That's your running total.
yeah, that's your running total. And then, but like if you're shot and while you're trying to deliver it, and then that's it,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that, like a no, like a no fire zone or a safe zone in order to deposit or to do other things, would work pretty good as well.
Yeah, I would say once you're at the cache location, it's a no fire zone. But while you're running to it, you're free game, dude.
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't know, dude. Look at some of the swamp sniper events. Like
Yeah, like
they do
Revelation.
still get shot occasionally in there, but there's usually so many people that if you try and shoot into like a town area, you just get demolished by everyone. Everyone in town kind of turns and joins force and defends the town.
Yeah, I would like to go to Revelations, and I think that's a plan for 2021 if all goes well with COVID and all that, and the events actually happen.
And money.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
money.
Yeah, definitely money.
If I ultimately made from the YouTube channel, it would go to like travel costs so that we could go out and do like more fun. I mean, actually participate in these like bigger events, even if we got like gas money or rented a vehicle, and like bust us out to the next Jet Desert Fox event in California. Like that'd be awesome.
Well, you see, Jaden actually has
RV.
an RV that we're gonna be
Oh.
able to use for some of these trips.
We're
so.
already halfway there then.
I know, right? We were gonna take it up to Border Wars 2, but when we went to go grab it, the tires were so rotted that it was dangerous to drive it, so we just didn't take it.
Yeah.
You just had to get some new tires for it. No biggie.
Little sad.
A little sad.
Is the engine solid though?
Yeah, everything on that car is
Mechanically
great.
sound?
Yeah, I believe everything
Nice.
works. It's just the tires were bad.
Yeah. That is
Well-
a small problem.
Let's see how much. We got like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do your Q&A with the noob?
Yeah. Let's have a Q&A
All right.
with the new.
All right, you ready, Cody?
Oh, me?
So no.
Well, you're not the noob. You're helping us answer
Oh.
questions.
Yeah. So my
Oh,
friend
okay.
Tristan here, he's slightly interested in the sport, and
He is new.
Yeah, he is new, and he has some questions prepared for us, don't you, buddy?
I've been working real hard.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
All right, so you just want me to go straight for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, question number one: what is a good way? Like, what would you say the best way to start the sport is, because obviously there isn't a just walk in, play. There's
Well,
a bit
first-
of a walk in on that.
First off, you gotta find people to play with.
Yeah, because we don't have a place here for that where you can just go and try out the game. Really is, you gotta find people who play first. You gotta search Facebook, Google. You gotta look at your local community and see. And if there's not one, well, you gotta make one. In our case, one was already made, luckily, and we were struggling through like the first few years, like just trying to find people. Luckily, DM117 was a thing, and then eventually Southern Utah Airsoft, and now Desert Ghost Airsoft. So now that we have like this steady stream of people that always want to play, and there's always a big event sometime that you can look forward to, it's really that's probably the best part. And then when it comes to like getting gear and stuff, I've heard a lot of different advice about getting gear.
Specna.
The Specna is a good gun, but that is also a big purchase for somebody like just getting into a hobby, spending like $100, $200, $300 on a gun, and you might not even like the fucking game.
True that.
My suggestion would be
Try
buy
it out.
some.
Rentals.
Well, we don't even have rentals out here.
Find a friend that'll let you borrow one.
Yeah, exactly. Find a friend that'll let you borrow a gun. Go buy some good eye protection, and see if there's anything else you can borrow.
My advice, I would say, is I don't know, this might not be popular, but in my brain, this is solid advice. I would say just get an M4. Start with an M4. That is the best gun to
Cody,
start with.
did you start
because-
with a sniper rifle?
Yes, I did. That was a horrible decision. I quickly got an M4. Everyone has M4 mags. M4 parts are plentiful.
Mhm.
Accessories are plentiful. And
If you're not getting an M4, get a variant of which that will accept M4 mags
Yes.
and has a
a
version,
version
2
2
gearbox.
gearbox. Yep.
Like that is the base. If you're not gonna get an M4, you want to get something that's at least M4.
It just
accessible.
has the most upgrade potential of any platform in Airsoft
Yep.
because it's so big and mainstream.
Mhm.
And I know you're going to be like, it's just another M4, but
See my AK.
there's nothing wrong with starting out with that and then fleshing out your arsenal. That's
This is
kind of what
true.
I did.
All right, next question. What else you got?
This kind of goes into what Cody said, but what are some noob traps of Airsoft? What's things I should actively avoid doing?
Spring
Sniping.
snipers.
Spring snipers. No,
Unless you buy
really
an
any
average
sniper.
rifle, and even then, you
Even
have to
then,
learn
you have to get
patience.
really good at the game.
Get used to
Mm-hmm.
getting hit.
Like now, it's barely now that I'm considering getting an average sniper rifle because it's already pre-made and I've had some experience with the game. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm even ready for it, so I'm making a DMR. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And if
Your
I get good
DMR
with-
is so stupid.
my DMR stupid.
It's stupid.
Oh, Cody, real quick. So completely off topic for a second. I recently upgraded my Crytek spring, and it's
Jaden
running
told me to an
an
M150.
Yeah, an M150 spring.
It is so stupid.
That's nuts, dude. That's like when you put in a sniper rifle.
Exactly.
It is
I have a
ridiculous.
130 in my Crytek, and that gives me a 50-foot MED.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running a 150 spring, and it has a max out hop up, so it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be range, dude.
Okay, but
But yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
the new trap, the
noob
sniping thing too. The issue with sniping is you also have to get a pistol or a backup. So that's like 2 guns you got to buy right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I
While the
bought a
sniper might be
crappy
cheap, it's
sniper.
not gonna be good if it's cheap.
Yeah.
And then you have
I
to
bought
spend
a
money on a
crappy
sidearm.
sniper, and then I bought a crappy pistol, and the first 2 games didn't get any kills.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I got my Crytek, the first one I fielded that in was Border Wars, and it was just night and day difference.
Yep.
I wish I had a GoPro back then. That was a good game.
Right. Any suggestions, Cole?
Well, honestly, just avoid the sniper, avoid the spring shotguns. As cool as they really are with the triple burst ones,
Mm-hmm.
They have no
Just-
range.
Just get an AEG, an M4 or an AK.
Yeah.
Avoid weird guns. Avoid gas guns.
Get a
Avoid
SEMA.
snipers.
Yeah, get a
Yeah,
SEMA
get a
AK.
SEMA
If you don't want
AK
it,
or
if you don't want an
SEMA
M4,
M4, man.
go
SEMA
get a
AK.
SEMA
Yeah.
AK.
$160.
They make good.
Full
Hey,
metal.
they make good
It's
M4s
amazing.
too, dude.
They do make good M4s. I've yet to try one, and I'm very curious about their
Yeah.
M4s now that they've like really started pushing that. You know.
Yeah. Anyways, next question.
All right, so another one would be when it comes to the sport of airsoft, is there any room in it for people, for example, like me, who aren't huge on guns? You don't know the names, you don't know all these things, you just know, yeah, I'd like to run around and shoot people.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna come out and you have a good positive attitude and you just want to have fun, that is
Yeah.
the right way to go about it.
You don't
And
need to
then
know about
everyone's gonna
guns
accept you.
to play this game. You
Yeah.
just
We just want people to come out and play.
yeah.
We're
That's
playing
really
like
it.
Really
advanced
it.
laser tag, dude.
No,
Yeah.
we're playing tactical LARPing.
Yes,
modern
tactical
LARPing. Yes, that is what we do. It's basically just you don't need to be into guns to play this game. You just have to have a general interest in staying active and wanting to do something a little bit more extreme, I guess, right?
It's a fun way to get exercise. That's kind
It
of
is.
how I've been going about it. And dude, I'll tell you what, I've been playing the last like 8 or 9 weekends in a row, and it's paying off, dude. I can tell already. I've lost a little bit of like belly weight from sitting at my desk during the week.
Right. It's the best way I can think of, like this and paintball and other extreme sports. I'm not just limiting it to like airsoft. Any extreme sport, it's just a fun way to do something different and to go
It's like
and tell
extreme
stories to it.
hiking.
Yeah. It's extreme hiking, yeah. But it's just like it's fun when you tell people like this is what I did this weekend. They're like, "What the fuck?"
I tell my coworkers about it, and they're like all about it, dude. They love guns in there, so anything guns, they're just like, hell yeah, brother.
What does
Yeah.
Bob think of it?
Bob, dude, I don't know if he's aware of it yet. He has been a very busy man, and recently, dude, he authorized like double pay overtime because we have so much work right now.
Ooh, dang.
Better hit some of that shit up right there.
You gotta capitalize on that.
Yeah, dude, I'm putting in the hours. I can tell you that.
But yeah,
Been working like 9-10 hour days and coming in on
geez,
Sundays.
dude.
So
Dang. Next question.
yeah. Next question.
anyway,
All right, this is...
have we been answering the question?
Yeah, you've been done.
bro, the SEMA Platinum SR25 QBS Airsoft AEG
I was gonna buy
designated
one, and then I
marksman
got
Send me
my
a link to that, please.
then I got my
So
M14.
gorgeous. I want to put a Kythera in that, dude. Oh,
Okay, so the last one that comes to mind is when talking to friends about this, like, hey, I'm getting into airsoft. The main thing, and let's be blunt on this, they go, dude, are you serious? Doesn't it hurt?
Yes.
No, airsoft doesn't hurt.
For a second, and then
No.
you're fine.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it for a second, but you're never gonna feel it after that.
And sometimes it doesn't
Dude.
go away, like the shot on my kneecap that I got when I was playing indoors up in north. It still hasn't gone away.
I'll tell you
Is it
what.
BB in
Look
your
up
ankle?
some.
No, it's
look,
just a
look up
bruise.
look up some Houston Jones featuring Airsoft Alphonse, the airsoft pain videos he does.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch those, you will realize that airsoft can do nothing to you. And that has totally changed my outlook on when I play. I've been going in like more CQB style because I've kind of lost that fear of like getting blasted at close range.
Yeah, as soon as you get rid of the fear and acknowledge that you're not gonna die, it's not really gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for a second, but it's kind of like just getting a bee sting, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you get
The
hit in the mouth.
bleeders are a little painful, but you know it stings for 30 seconds and then you forget about it till you shower later.
Yeah. Well,
And
Ray,
you
do
rub
you,
that spot.
do you guys remember when we were up at the farm the first time? I had just got my M14 and my MAD was like, I think 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude comes around the corner And I didn't even know he was there until he comes around the corner, and I just double tap him in the chest. I hit his chest, and then I hit his arm right between the plate carrier and his arm.
Ooh.
I missed the plate carrier, hit his arm, and he's like looking at it after the match is over, and it's freaking purple. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. Like, I was in my MED. You just jumped. I'm sorry I shot. He's like, oh, it's fine. But I was looking at that. I was like, that thing hits like a freight train. Holy cow.
So, in conclusion, it can hurt. It's not going to hurt that much. You can, if
Did you
realistically,
see the
you
video
can get
of,
over it.
Did you see the video of Matt Sewell getting sniped right in the forehead?
No.
I don't know his last name, right? But
All right, next question, unless you do not have any more.
Honestly, I think that's all, but I'm glad you had me on the show. Oh, if I had much more time to research, I'd probably have more, but let's be honest, I'm not that great. I'm a
That's
noob.
fine. Welcome to the fold.
there's always a place to start, man.
Yep. And it's get a good eye protection, get an M4,
Yes.
You won't
don't
be
buy
a
a
noob
sniper,
for long.
and
Get
just
a plate carrier too, so you don't get shot in the nips.
He got
That
one.
shit
Yeah, he has a vest.
hurts. Okay.
yeah, he has a vest and he has a mouth guard as well as some eyebrow.
He is set.
Yep.
Nice.
So as long as you're not scared about getting shot, which it's not that bad, we're just gonna shoot you a few times and call it good.
Yeah, actually, let him. Yeah, just let him ping you a couple of times, and then you'll realize, like, oh, hey,
That's not too bad.
it's not that bad.
All right.
Well, I think that about does it for us. Cody, do you have anything else you want to share or plug before we sign off tonight?
Just go check out the videos. That's all. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yep. We'll be sure to link those in our description as well.
Cool.
Dope. Well, thanks for listening to everybody. You've made it to the end of another train wreck, or the second episode of 2021, I believe. Next
Oh, you mean the first episode of season 1?
That's on you, bro.
I
That's
know.
on you. That ain't me.
I know. I just want to make a joke on my expense.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, to tease the next show, I think we're gonna have at least Peyton from 801 Airsoft and possibly Claire from 801 Airsoft as well, if she actually opens her DMs or not. But yeah, you know we'd be sliding in, but I've met her in person and talked with her in person, so it's a little less weird. But anyways, we're gonna try and have them
Sure
on the
it
show
is.
next week, and remember to
Call your fucking hits.
call your hits.
Wash your fucking hands.
Wash your hands. Don't be coughing on people. And
Wear a fucking mask.
yeah, sure. We won't get into that. We won't get into that.
Oh my
right now.
god.
Just, if you're sick, stay home. Like, you should be doing that regardless.
Yes.
But especially in these questionable times, stay home if you're sick. Call your hits. Listen to the show. Subscribe. Email us if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Hate mail at goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com. Hit us up on the Instagram at goingdarkairsoft. You can spam us there. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. We'll probably have you on. And with that, we sign off. Call your hits, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.